They demanded Earth's submission, but humanity unleashed the Black Armada. The sky was quiet that evening. Cities across the world were glowing with lights. People walked on streets, children laughed, and the hum of cars filled the air. Then the night turned strange. A shadow passed over the moon. People looked up. Nothing moved in the sky at first, but slowly, massive shapes appeared. They were not clouds. They were ships, huge ships taller than the tallest buildings on Earth. Their surfaces were dark, smooth, and reflective. Some looked like towers, some like plates stacked on top of each other. The shapes moved in silence, blocking the stars. Panic began to rise. Then, every screen on Earth came alive. Phones, computers, TVs, even public billboards. A single message appeared in bold letters. Submit or be destroyed. Your world is ours. No one knew who they were at first. Then, sensors picked up strange energy signals coming from the ships. They were powerful, more than anything humans had ever seen. Scientists called it alien energy. Military officers called it terrifying. Governments called it impossible. In Washington, D.C., President Oliver Grant stared at the screen in disbelief. He had seen many crises, but nothing like this. His advisors were panicked. Some suggested immediate surrender. Some wanted to fight. But the president knew they had little choice in conventional ways. The aliens had technology far beyond Earth. Meanwhile, in a secret underground base in the Rocky Mountains, General Ethan Cole did not panic. He was tall, with short brown hair and a calm face. He had spent his life preparing for threats like this. Beside him, Admiral Maya Ross, a sharp and clever woman with dark eyes, watched the alien formation through a holographic display. "They are serious," Maya said quietly, "and they think we will give up."
Ethan nodded. "They underestimate humans. We are not weak."
"They have no idea what we are hiding." In that moment, scientists, engineers, and military officers moved quickly through the command center. Dr. Liam Carter, a specialist in energy weapons, and Zoe Bennett, a skilled engineer, activated machines that had not been used for decades. Holograms lit up the room. Star maps appeared, showing the solar system and beyond.
"These are old stations," Liam said. "We haven't even powered them for 10 years.
Zoe nodded. "They are ready. They only wait for one command." Ethan and Maya watched the screens carefully. The aliens sent another message. This time, it was clear and loud. A deep voice, translated into every language, echoed around the world. "Earth, your resistance is pointless. We demand total submission. You will provide soldiers, resources, and complete obedience. Failure to comply will result in the total destruction of your planet." The message repeated, over and over. People in the streets screamed, ran to find family, or froze in fear. Government scrambled to respond. But before any official reply could be given, Ethan pressed a small button on his console. "Activate Black Protocol," he said. No one in the world knew what Black Protocol was. Even most of the world's leaders did not know. Only a small group of humans deep underground knew the truth. The command went out silently through hidden channels into deep space, far beyond Pluto, in a region where no human ship had traveled. Massive ships slowly started to move. At first, nothing was visible. Space was quiet, empty. Then, faint shadows began to drift. These were ships that no human had ever seen in normal space. Ships that could travel for years without stopping. Controlled by powerful artificial intelligence. Designed for war, but also loyal only to humans. Back on Earth, people waited. They did not know what was coming. Schools closed. Cities went into lockdown. Soldiers were mobilized, but no human weapon could match what the aliens had. The world felt helpless. Yet in the command center, Ethan and Maya smiled slightly. They knew humanity had a secret weapon. The alien fleet moved closer. Their shapes blocked the sun, making parts of the Earth dark in the middle of day. Satellites detected strange energy readings. Alien scouts flew near Mars and Jupiter, scanning, testing. They wanted to see how weak humanity really was. Ethan's assistant, A young officer named Ryan Miller tapped the screen nervously. Sir, they're sending small ships into the outer solar system. They are checking defenses.
Should we respond?
Ethan shook his head.
No, let them come.
Let them see what they are about to face. We will not show them our full strength yet. Meanwhile, ordinary people across the globe were struggling to understand what was happening. News channels ran continuously. Experts argued on TV. Some predicted death. Others predicted surrender. But deep down, humans felt a strange hope, though they could not explain why. In the mountains, Maya watched the holograms. The scouts will be their mistake, she said. Liam, examining data, asked, You really think the Black Armada will be enough? Ethan looked at him steadily. They don't even know we exist. By the time they see us, it will be too late. Hours passed. The alien fleet drew closer. Their weapons began to hum with energy, creating a visible aura in space. Earth's defenses were ready, but they were nothing compared to the alien technology. The command center stayed calm, working quietly, making calculations, and preparing signals. Then the first alien message arrived on a secure channel meant only for military leaders. It was a warning. Leave your planet. Submit or be destroyed. We give you 1 hour. Earth's leaders panicked again. They debated, argued, shouted. But below the mountains, Ethan pressed another button. The Black Armada received its first order. Silent ships, drifting for decades, turned toward the inner solar system. No human knew where they had been. No human knew how many there were. Only a few trusted officers like Ethan, Maya, Liam, and Zoe knew the truth. The alien fleet waited. Shadows in the sky above Earth, like predators, grew restless. Then something strange began to happen. Signals from the outer system returned. Ships that had been silent for decades began to respond. They moved in formation, slowly, perfectly. The first alien scouts who approached the outer planets sent messages back. Then the messages stopped. No communication returned. Alien commanders frowned. They were used to obedience. They were used to fear. But suddenly they felt something unfamiliar, something sharp, something threatening. Ethan looked at the growing signals on his screen.
They're awake, he said.
Maya's eyes narrowed. And they are coming. For the people of Earth, it was still night. They did not know what was rising in the darkness beyond Pluto. They only saw the alien ships over their planet. They only saw fear in their eyes. But deep underground, humanity's hidden forces were ready. Not just ready to defend. Ready to destroy anyone who threatened their world. The first part of the battle had already begun, though no one on Earth could see it yet. The Black Armada was moving. It was silent, precise, and deadly. A force built in secret, controlled only by humans. And the aliens had no idea what was waiting for them. Ethan turned to Maya. Soon, the galaxy will learn that humans do not surrender. Maya nodded. And it will learn that fear is nothing against us. Outside, the wind blew through the mountains. The night was quiet again. But above Earth, the stars were hiding more than light. Shadows moved. Shapes older than humans' knowledge glided through space, waiting, watching, and somewhere far away. The first Black Armada ship silently changed course toward the alien fleet. The war for Earth had not started yet, but humanity had already begun. The alien fleet waited in the outer edges of Earth's system. Their massive ships cast shadows over the planets and moons. The air on Earth felt heavy with fear, though most people could not understand why. The sky had become dark during daytime. Satellites and telescopes tracked the movements of the alien ships, but even experts could not predict what they would do next. On the surface, world leaders were arguing endlessly. Some wanted to send diplomats into space, hoping to negotiate. Others wanted to launch an immediate attack, though their weapons were nothing compared to the aliens' energy cannons. The president, Oliver Grant, did not know what to do. He watched the messages coming from the aliens, but he also knew that surrender was not an option. Deep beneath the mountains, the hidden command center buzzed with activity. Ethan Cole walked slowly past the consoles, observing the holograms. Holographic images showed the solar system, the alien ships, and the distant points where the Black Armada waited in silence. "Are they awake yet?" Maya Ross asked. "They are," Liam Carter replied, pointing to the display. "The outer stations report movement. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands, but they were silent for decades. No human knew they existed, until now." Zoe Bennett pressed a few buttons. "They are responding to our commands." "The Black Armada is forming a fleet. They are preparing to move closer to the inner planets. The aliens will notice them soon." Ethan's face was calm. "Let them notice. Let them see the mistake they made." The aliens were not patient. One of their commanders, a tall being with a blue crystalline face, spoke to the fleet over the universal translator. "The humans will obey. They must obey. Send scouts to the outer planets. Make sure they have no hidden weapons." The scouts left immediately. They flew past Mars and Jupiter, scanning every object in the system. They found empty space, quiet rocks, and abandoned stations. Nothing seemed dangerous. But as each scout moved past Pluto, they encountered shapes in the darkness, silent shapes. They moved fast, almost too fast to follow. The scouts sent reports back. Then the signal stopped. "Sir," a Varuan officer reported to the commander, "our scouts are disappearing. We cannot contact them." The commander's crystalline face glimmered with anger. "They cannot disappear. There must be something there. Send the main fleet to investigate." Ethan watched the alien activity through the holograms. "They're stepping right into the trap," he said. Maya nodded. "The Black Armada is designed for this. They attack fast, precise, and without mercy. The scouts won't know what hit them." Back on Earth, people were still terrified. Every screen displayed the alien message again. The words, "submit or be destroyed," seemed endless. Panic spread in cities. Schools were closed, businesses shut down. People waited for news, but no one knew what was really happening. Only the few inside the command center knew that humanity had a secret weapon no alien could imagine. In the distant reaches of space, the first Black Armada ships began to move. They were dark, silent, and sleek. Unlike normal ships, they did not have bright lights or exhaust trails. They moved as if part of the shadows themselves. Their AI systems were advanced. They could calculate enemy movements instantly and coordinate attacks with perfect precision. Ethan, watching the data, said, "Once the first contact is made, the Armada will decide the next moves. We only give commands once. After that, it is up to them."
Liam looked concerned. "What if they make mistakes?" Ethan shook his head.
"They won't. They were built for this. For war. And for humans." Meanwhile, the alien fleet detected something strange. Energy readings appeared on their sensors near Pluto. Small signals, then bigger ones. Shadows moved faster than any known ship. Some of their scouts disappeared without explanation.
Wow.
Alien commanders frowned, exchanging messages.
"They're lying," one officer said.
"The humans are hiding something. We must find it." Another officer replied, "The energy readings are too large to be from humans. Could they have allies?" "Where are they hiding this power?" The alien commanders had no answer. Their experience had never prepared them for this. They were used to fear, obedience, and destruction. Now they faced something unknown. Deep underground, Zoe monitored the incoming alien scouts. "They are approaching," she said. "This is the moment." Ethan gave a simple command. "Attack." In an instant, the first Black Armada ships appeared near the alien scouts. The dark vessels glided silently through space. They struck with speed and precision. Alien scouts were destroyed in moments. No explosion, no warning, just disappearance. The remaining scouts tried to flee, but they could not escape. The Armada surrounded them. On Earth, nobody could see what was happening. Satellites detected strange signals, but they did not capture the full truth. Only the command center had a view. Ethan and Maya watched silently as the Armada destroyed the alien scouts. "They won't know what hit them," Maya said. "They won't have time to understand," Ethan replied. The alien commanders grew anxious. They sent messages to each other trying to coordinate. They did not understand the sudden disappearance of their scouts. Their fleets were still near Mars, ready to move toward Earth, but uncertainty spread like a virus.
Ethan gave another command. Move the fleet forward.
Herd them closer to the inner planets. The Black Armada shifted positions. The ships moved silently, almost like shadows sliding between stars. Their presence was unknown to most humans. Only a few scientists and officers understood the power that had awakened in the darkness. Meanwhile, on Earth, people began to notice something strange. Satellites reported unusual energy signals coming from the outer planets. Scientists were baffled. "There is something moving in deep space," one said. "We do not know what it is. It is too fast, too coordinated, too advanced." Ethan smiled slightly. "They are seeing it now," he said. Maya frowned. "And they will regret it." The aliens tried to prepare for battle. They fired probes, scanned every object in the outer system, and read every energy reading. But the Black Armada had no communication other than its orders from humans. It was designed to act independently once it began. The aliens could not predict its movements. They could not stop it. Zoe monitored the systems closely. "They are moving faster than the scouts could detect. They will strike first, then retreat, then strike again. Perfect coordination. No human can match this speed, but the AI does not need humans to pilot each ship." Liam nodded. "This is more than a fleet. It is a weapon, and it is ours." The alien fleet finally moved closer to the inner planets. They wanted to show Earth their strength. Massive energy beams lit the sky above Mars and Jupiter. Satellites detected the blasts. Panic grew on Earth. But the Black Armada was ready. From the shadows beyond Pluto, hundreds of dark ships moved in perfect formation. They surrounded the alien fleet silently. Their movements were invisible until they struck. Then the first attack came. Alien scouts that had survived the initial wave were destroyed in seconds. The aliens fired back, but their weapons seemed to have little effect. The Armada moved as one, striking targets precisely, avoiding damage to each other. Ethan watched the battle feed. "They do not understand what they are facing," he said. Maya nodded. "By the time they realize, it will be too late." The Black Armada kept moving closer. The aliens tried to retreat, but the Armada anticipated every move. Some alien ships were destroyed before they could escape. Others fled deeper into space, but the Armada followed. It was relentless, precise, and unstoppable. On Earth, people could only see the fear in the sky. The alien ship still loomed above, but satellites detected strange gaps where ships had disappeared. Scientists could not explain it. Governments were panicked, but the command center remained calm. Humanity had already taken the first step. Ethan turned to Maya. "Soon the aliens will know the humans do not play by their rules. They will learn quickly," Maya said. In deep space, the Black Armada continued to move silently, striking and retreating, testing the alien defenses, gathering intelligence, and preparing for the moment when humanity would reveal the full force of its power. No human outside the command center knew what had awakened beyond Pluto. They only felt fear. But in reality, humanity had already taken control of the situation. The Black Armada was alive, patient and waiting for the right moment to unleash its full strength. And the aliens, proud and cruel for centuries, were about to discover that fear was something they had never experienced before. The alien commanders were growing desperate. Their scouts had vanished. Small ships near Pluto were gone. Energy readings flickered, then disappeared entirely. Their fleet near Mars and Jupiter moved cautiously now, afraid of an unknown enemy they could not see or predict. "Commander," one Varuan officer said, "our forces are in disarray. We cannot detect the human strength. We do not know what we face." The commander's crystalline face shimmered in anger. "Humans are weak. They cannot match us. They will submit. We only need patience." But even as he spoke, strange signals appeared in the system. Shadows moved faster than any alien ship. Something was coming from the darkness beyond Neptune. The alien fleet tried to scan it. but the readings were confusing, inconsistent, and alarming. Back on Earth, deep underground, Ethan Cole watched the screens. Hundreds of dark shapes appeared on the holographic display. The Black Armada was moving closer to the inner planets. Hundreds of ships, then thousands, appeared in formation. Each ship was sleek, dark, and silent. Their AI systems calculated every possible movement the aliens could make, and each ship responded instantly. "They don't know what's coming," Maya Ross said, her eyes fixed on the display. "They only think humans are small and weak. Soon they will learn they are wrong." Zoe Bennett adjusted controls on her console. "The first strike group is ready. They will hit the nearest alien patrols and retreat. The pattern will confuse them. They will not know where the next attack comes from." Liam Carter nodded. "It's perfect. The aliens will think it is only a small fleet, then realize too late it is thousands of ships." The alien fleet fired their first warning shots. Energy beams lit up the space around Mars. Some satellites on Earth detected flashes, and panic spread in the cities. Governments debated launching defenses, but nothing they had could reach the fleet in time. Earth's weapons were not the real defense. The Black Armada was. From the darkness beyond Pluto, the first Black Armada ships accelerated. They moved in silence. Alien scanners picked them up only briefly before they disappeared. The aliens tried to fire, but their weapons missed by miles. Then, the first strike hit. Alien patrols near Neptune were destroyed instantly. The black ships attacked with precision. Small alien crafts were disabled in moments. Engines exploded. Energy cores were vaporized. No human pilots were present. The ships moved like shadows, striking where the aliens were weakest. The alien commanders were shocked.
"Impossible," one said. "Our forces are strong."
"These humans cannot do this." Ethan watched the battle unfold. "They are seeing only the beginning," he said. Maya nodded. "They will never forget what they see now." The alien fleet tried to respond. Their ships moved together, firing massive energy blasts. They wanted to protect the remaining patrols, but the Black Armada had already predicted their movements. Dark ships moved between beams of energy, avoiding damage perfectly. Then they struck again. Alien vessels were destroyed one by one. The survivors tried to flee toward the inner planets, but the Armada followed, surrounding them silently. On Earth, people felt the strange tension. Satellites detected unusual energy spikes. Scientists could not explain what was happening. Cities watched the skies, though the real battle was far beyond. Panic grew, but so did a sense of awe. Something unseen and powerful was moving in space, and it was fighting for humanity. The alien commanders finally realized the truth. Their enemies were not weak humans. Their enemies were something else, something powerful. Ships moved with speed and precision they had never seen. Patterns were unpredictable yet controlled. The Black Armada did not respond like a normal fleet. It responded like a single mind, with many bodies.
One alien commander screamed in frustration. "It cannot be! How can they have built this?"
"No species could create such machines," Ethan spoke calmly. "They underestimated us." "That is their mistake." Maya pointed to the display. "The Armada is hurting them. Look at the pattern. They are pushing the alien fleet closer to Mars and Earth. Soon, the aliens will have no room to retreat." The alien ships fired their most powerful weapons. Beams of blue energy tore across space. Some Armada ships were hit, but their armor absorbed most damage. They were built to endure, designed for war. Each ship responded instantly to attack, moving to shield its neighbor while continuing the assault. The alien fleet panicked. Thousands of ships were under attack. Their formations collapsed. Commanders tried to reorganize, but every move had already been predicted. Every retreat was anticipated. Every attack countered. From the command center, Liam Carter said, "They do not understand. They cannot control what they face. The Black Armada is not just a fleet. It is a machine designed for this, and it answers only to humans." The alien fleet attempted one final maneuver. They gathered near the asteroid belt, hoping to form a barrier between Earth and the attacking ships. They thought that by hiding among the rocks they could regroup and repair. But the Black Armada moved faster. Ships slipped between asteroids, striking the alien vessels. Explosions and energy blasts lit the belt. Alien ships were destroyed faster than they could hide. Ethan spoke to the command center. Prepare the next wave. Move them closer to Earth. We need the aliens to see our full strength before we finish this battle. Maya nodded. They are already afraid. Soon, they will know true fear.
On the alien flagship, the commander tried to rally his fleet. Fire everything!
Destroy them. Do not let humans control this system. But the Armada had already predicted this. The ships moved in perfect formation, surrounding the alien vessels. Energy beams were fired with precision, striking engines, weapons, and command modules. The aliens could not escape. Their fleet fell apart. One by one, ships were destroyed or disabled. Panic spread among their crews. The first alien flagship was hit. Massive explosions rocked its hull. Fire and energy cascaded across the ship. The aliens inside tried to respond, but their systems failed. The Black Armada did not stop. It moved silently, hitting the next target.
On Earth, the command center watched the destruction.
Ethan and Maya remained calm. They will not know how to recover from this, Ethan said. Zoe watched the display with satisfaction. The Armada moves like it was built to win this war alone. And in a sense it has been. Humans only need to give the order, then it acts. The alien commanders finally understood. Their experience, their technology, their fearsome fleets, none of it mattered. Humanity had unleashed something they could not fight. They could not negotiate. They could not retreat fast enough. The remaining alien ships tried one last move. They gathered near the orbit of Mars, forming a final barrier between Earth and the Black Armada. Energy beams fired continuously, trying to destroy the incoming ships. But the Armada moved with perfect coordination. Ships dodged, struck, and shielded each other. Alien vessels fell one by one, their defenses useless. In the command center, Liam said, "They are done. The remaining forces cannot survive this. Not one ship will escape."
Ethan turned to Maya. Prepare for the final phase. We will show them the full power of humanity.
The Black Armada moved closer to Earth. The remaining alien ships were trapped. They had no choice but to face the full force of the fleet. Shadows darkened space. Ships moved like a wall of night. The aliens fired desperately, but each attack was countered, destroyed, or avoided. Finally, the first alien ship was completely destroyed. Explosions spread through the remaining fleet. Alien crews screamed as they realized the battle was lost. Their commanders could do nothing. Their experience, their technology, and their arrogance had failed them. Ethan spoke quietly. This is only the beginning. Soon they will learn not to underestimate humans.
Maya nodded.
They will never forget the name of Earth. The Black Armada held its position, waiting silently. The remaining alien ships tried to retreat, but it was useless. The fleet surrounded them on all sides. The AI of the Armada calculated every escape route. Every ship that tried to flee was intercepted. From Earth, humanity could watch only through the command center. The sky above was still dark with alien ships, but the real war had already been decided far from view. The Black Armada had won the first major battle. And deep in space, far from any human eye, the ships waited. Silent, deadly, patient, watching the stars. They had begun to teach the galaxy a simple lesson. Humans do not surrender. The aliens would learn it the hard way. The alien fleet was in chaos. Ships drifted in space, engines burning, systems failing, and crews panicked. The Black Armada surrounded them like shadows of night. No alien commander could understand what was happening. Their fleet, the pride of their empire, was falling apart before their eyes. On Earth, the command center was calm. Ethan Cole stood at the main console, watching the holograms. Maya Ross was beside him, eyes fixed on the display. Hundreds of ships moved through space, perfectly coordinated. The Black Armada was ready for the final phase. "They are trapped," Ethan said quietly. "They cannot escape. Their fleet is too broken to regroup."
Liam Carter nodded. "The Armada will do the rest. We only need to give the order."
Zoe Bennett checked her consoles. "All ships are in position. AI systems ready." This will be the final strike. The alien commanders tried one last desperate move. They gathered near the orbit of Earth, forming a wall of ships. Energy beams fired continuously, trying to break the approaching Armada. Their weapons were powerful, far beyond anything humans had built openly. But the Black Armada moved faster. Ships slipped through the beams, avoiding damage while striking key targets. The first wave of the Armada attacked. Alien ships were disabled, their engines destroyed, their weapons silenced. Some tried to retreat, but they were cut off. Ships exploded in brilliant flashes of energy. Alien crews screamed as they realized they had no chance. On Earth, people watched the sky anxiously. Most had no idea what was happening. Satellites and telescopes detected energy spikes, flashes in space, and strange movements beyond the planets. Governments panicked, thinking the world was under attack. But deep underground, the true story was different. Humanity was not fighting defensively. Humanity was winning.
Ethan turned to Maya. "Prepare for the final command."
"This will end the battle." Maya nodded.
"The Armada is ready."
"They are waiting."
Zoe pressed the final button on her console.
A signal traveled through space, reaching every ship in the Black Armada. Each vessel moved in perfect synchronization. Thousands of ships advanced together. Shadows became a wall. The alien fleet had nowhere to hide. The aliens fired again. Their beams of energy lit the space above Mars and the asteroid belt. Some ships were hit, but the Black Armada moved as one. Damage was repaired automatically. Energy shields shifted. Ships struck back with deadly precision. Engines exploded. Weapons melted. Alien crews had no time to respond. The alien commanders tried to retreat toward the outer planets, hoping to escape the Black Armada. But it was too late. The Dark Fleet anticipated every move. No path was safe. No ship could flee. Ethan and Maya watched silently. "It is almost over," Ethan said. "They will remember this," Maya replied. The Black Armada struck with full power. Alien ships were destroyed in seconds. Entire formations collapsed. Beams of energy tore through hulls, engines, and weapon systems. The aliens could not fight back. Their experience and technology were useless against a force designed to move faster than their reactions. On Earth, people began to notice something unusual. Satellites detected massive energy readings near Mars and Jupiter. Scientists tried to explain it, but their instruments could not measure the scale of the battle. They saw flashes and explosions, but the true war was invisible to them. The aliens finally understood. They were facing not just humans, but the full might of humanity's secret weapon. Ships that had been silent for decades moved with deadly precision. Every attack was calculated. Every defense was perfect. The Black Armada was unstoppable. The alien flagship, massive and proud, attempted to rally the remaining fleet. "Destroy them!" the commander shouted. "Do not let them reach Earth. Show them our power." But the Black Armada was already in position. Ships surrounded the flagship, cutting off escape routes. Energy beams hit its engines, weapons, and command center. Explosions tore through the hull. The flagship shook violently. Alien crews screamed, but their efforts were useless. Ethan pressed a single button. Now, the full Armada advanced. Thousands of ships struck simultaneously. Alien vessels were destroyed instantly. The fleet collapsed. Commanders and officers tried to respond, but every ship was destroyed before it could react. Explosions spread across space. Energy beams lit the darkness like a storm of fire. On Earth, people felt the tremors through satellites. Some thought the planet itself was under attack, but the truth was far beyond. Humanity's secret weapon had revealed itself. It was unstoppable. It was deadly. It was loyal only to humans. The remaining alien ships tried to flee toward the outer solar system. Some reached the asteroid belt. Others moved near Neptune and Pluto. But the Black Armada followed silently. Every escape route was blocked. Every ship that tried to move away was destroyed. The aliens had nowhere to hide. Ethan spoke to the command center. The battle is nearly finished. Prepare to secure the system. Maya nodded. They will learn the price of underestimating us. The last alien ships tried one final attack. Energy beams fired at the Black Armada. Some ships were hit, but their shields absorbed most damage. Repairs happened instantly. The Armada advanced relentlessly. Alien vessels were struck again and again. Their fleet collapsed completely. The alien commanders realized they had lost. Their empire's pride, their fleets, their weapons, all destroyed in hours. Fear and shock spread through their ranks. They had never faced a species that could build such a weapon. They had never faced humans like this. Ethan gave the final command. Halt. The system is secure. The Black Armada stopped in formation, surrounding the remaining alien ships. The aliens had no choice but to retreat. The few survivors fled into deep space. They carried the memory of what humans could do, but they had no power left to fight. On Earth, people watched the skies. Satellites reported strange energy spikes, but no one could explain them. Governments were relieved that the alien threat was gone. People cheered, hugged, and cried. They had survived. They had won. But no one knew how close they had come to total destruction. In the command center, Ethan looked at the display. Thousands of Black Armada ships were still in formation. They had fulfilled their mission, but they did not power down. They waited, silent, watching the stars. Loyal only to humans, ready to defend Earth or strike again if needed. Maya looked at him. They will not stop. They will always wait. They are ours, Ethan said. And the galaxy will know it soon. The alien fleet had learned the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans did not surrender. Humans could unleash power beyond imagination. The Black Armada had shown the galaxy that Earth was protected, that humans were dangerous, that no empire could conquer them without consequences. Ethan, Maya, Liam, and Zoe watched the stars. The Black Armada glided silently, a wall of darkness and space. It was a reminder, a warning, a promise. Humanity had won this battle, but it had also sent a message. No world, no empire, no force would ever break them, and in the silence of space, the Black Armada waited, watching, waiting for the next threat, ready to remind the galaxy that humans do not kneel, humans do not surrender. Humans strike back. The war was over. Earth was safe. The aliens were gone. But the story of the Black Armada, loyal only to humans, had just begun. The galaxy would remember the day humanity unleashed the shadows from the stars. And humanity would never forget the power they now commanded.